We had a workshop situated in Wellington, New Zealand, which is right at the bottom of the North Island. Although we're right down the bottom of the world here, we do service product globally. So TERA isn't our first game property that we've worked on. Previously, we have realized game designs into the real world. There are a lot of challenges that you face with these designs. A lot of the time, the game designs are a little bit bigger than life. The armored components on humans can be oversized. That's generally because the pixel size is so small on a monitor. The character's armor and weapons need to be a little bit overblown to make those a feature. So when it comes to translating those designs into the practical world, generally we'll find that the length of the weapon or the thickness of the weapon is too big.
I'm a senior 3D modeler here, and my main responsibility is to translate designs into 3 dimensions in the computer so that they can be milled out or 3D printed and manufactured. In this case, we were given the in-game assets to use as reference to create the real-world props. So I did take the texture information and the color information and translate that into actual geometry that we can then mill out and 3D print into a high-definition object. The great thing about video game projects is that you're taking something that is stylistically really interesting. It's its own contained world that is different from anything else, and you get to translate that into real-world objects.
We want to give them a feeling like they have been created in a fantasy world, although realized in a practical world. So someone here on planet Earth could still wield them as a weapon.
I think the main challenge for translating the TERA weapons into the real world, and actually all video game assets into the real world, particularly if you're going to do it for film, is that you have to relate it to the human actors that are going to be in the film. Human characters that are in video games are often stylistically proportioned, and when you bring that into the real world, you have to make some compromises to allow a real person to perform them.